What makes a father-daughter bond so unforgettable? Today, we're counting down the top 5 father-daughter relationship movies that will touch your heart. Make sure you stay until number 1. Let's begin. Kicking off with number 5, Blue, 2015. What happens when a night out changes everything you thought you knew about the people closest to you? This is the story of a young man whose ordinary world is upended after a violent encounter thrusts him into an unfamiliar, dangerous corner of the city he thought he understood. Struggling to process what happened and searching for a way to make sense of it, he finds himself drawn toward people and choices he never imagined he'd consider, each decision pulling him further from the life he once knew. Around him, family tensions simmer beneath the surface, old wounds resurface, and the safety of home starts to feel less certain than it once did. As he navigates grief, anger, and a growing sense of disillusionment, the film asks difficult questions about identity, belonging, and what it truly means to protect the people you love. Number 4, Mickey and the Bear, 2019. What does it look like to raise yourself while still caring for the person who's supposed to be raising you? This is the story of a teenage girl navigating the final stretch of high school in a small Montana town, caught between her own dreams and her responsibility to her struggling, volatile father, a war veteran battling addiction and the invisible wounds of his service. She's become the one holding their household together, managing his moods, hiding his mistakes, sacrificing pieces of her own future to keep him afloat. But as graduation approaches and the possibility of a life beyond their town starts to feel real, she's forced to confront an impossible question.
About things you don't understand.
Number 3, Girl in the Basement, 2021. What happens when the person meant to protect you becomes the one you need protection from? This is the harrowing story of a teenage girl trapped by unimaginable circumstances within the walls of her own family home, held captive by a father whose controlling, manipulative grip on the household hides something far darker than anyone around them suspects. As years pass in isolation, she's forced to endure a nightmare that stretches on far longer than anyone on the outside could imagine, while a fabricated story keeps the truth hidden from the world beyond their door. Number 2, Bastards, 2013. What happens when the search for the truth leads you into a darkness you can never fully wash off? This is the story of a man pulled back into his estranged family's orbit after a devastating tragedy, drawn into uncovering the truth behind what really happened to someone he loves. As he digs deeper, he finds himself entangled with a powerful, enigmatic businessman and the man's magnetic, unreadable wife, forming a dangerous liaison that blurs the line between investigation and obsession. Every answer he uncovers only reveals more unsettling questions, pulling him further into a web of corruption, exploitation, and buried family secrets that stretch back further than he ever imagined. Number 1, Pure as Snow. What happens when the people you trust most are the very ones plotting against you? This is the story of a young woman living a sheltered, quiet life in the French countryside, whose gentle nature and striking beauty unknowingly make her a target for those closest to her. When a devastating betrayal threatens to destroy everything she knows, she's forced out into a world she was never prepared for, taken in by a group of strangers who offer her protection, kindness, and an unexpected sense of belonging. As she begins to heal and rebuild among her new companions, an unlikely romance blossoms. But the shadow of those who wronged her never fully fades, and the past has a way of finding what it's looking for.